Hi guys, welcome to 365 days, 365 concepts. The concept that we're going to understand today is price multiples that are based on fundamentals. But first we have to understand what do you mean by price multiples. Now, what exactly is price multiples? Sir, it is P to E ratio. Sir, it is P to CF ratio. Sir, it is P to S ratio. Sir, it is P to B ratio. So what exactly are these ratios? Sir, this is price divided by earnings per share. This is price divided by cash flow per share. Sir, this is price divided by sales per share. Sir, this is price divided by book value per share. Sir, we'll understand P to E ratio and how exactly do you interpret this ratio. We'll understand that. Let's say, for example, the market price of a particular stock is 500 and the earnings per share of that stock is 100. That means 50 times is the valuation of that stock. Sir, what do you mean by that? For every 1 rupee of earnings, the price of that stock is 50 times. Okay, sir, we understand how to, how to read this ratio. Sir, how do you interpret this ratio, sir? Let's say the market average is 40 times. That is in the market. For every 1 rupee of EPS, the earnings, the price is 40 times. That means, sir, I am getting the price of 50 times. In the market, industry average is 40 times. That means I am overvalued. Yes, you are. That's how you interpret this ratio. And the same goes for price to cash flow per share ratio, price to sales ratio, and price to book value per share ratio. Right. And that's how you interpret and read these ratios. Sir, then what do you mean by price ratio, price multiples that are based on fundamentals? Sir, all you have to do is, let's take an example of P to E ratio. Instead of using the market price per share, in numerator, we use market value, we use intrinsic value or fundamental value of that particular stock. Sir, what is intrinsic value? Sir, what is fundamental value? The true value of the stock as per your analysis. This is the true price of the stock. And the moment you use that in the numerator, you're talking about price multiple that is based on fundamentals. Right. One of the valuation models which is used to calculate intrinsic value, fundamental value, is Gordon growth model. And what is the formula for it, sir? It is D1 divided by KE minus G. Okay, sir, we understand that as well. Okay, that is what the formula is. Sir, what is the implication for us? In the numerator, instead of price, the formula, I can directly write down the formula of Gordon growth model. And in the denominator, I can directly write the EPS. Okay, sir. If we rearrange, what do we get, sir? It is D1 divided by EPS. And in the denominator, we get KE minus G. Okay, sir. Sir, D1 divided by EPS, sir. What is this, sir? It is dividend payout ratio. Okay, sir, we get that. Let's say, for example, 10 rupees is my EPS and I'm distributing 4 rupees as dividend. That means my dividend payout ratio is 40%. That means how much am I retaining, sir? I'm retaining 60%. Sir, is there another way to find out dividend payout ratio? Yes, sir. 1 minus retention ratio, which is 1 minus 60%, that comes to 40%. Right. Because, sir, whatever I'm retaining, 60% is what I'm retaining. That means remaining I'm paying out. Right. So 1 minus retained earnings will give me dividend payout ratio. And that's what I've done here. Perfect, sir. Sir, we understand this as well. So, sir, what is price multiple? Sir, we understood which is based on fundamentals. That's how it works. Sir, what is the biggest advantage of this, sir? Sir, in the numerator, I am relying on the price that I have calculated using my own analysis. I am not relying on the market price that is there for calculating the price multiple, right? And that is the biggest advantage of this. Sir, what is the disadvantage? Let's take a quick example right here. Sir, let's say my dividend per share is 5, KE is 10%, and the growth rate is 5%, and my EPS is 10. Let's say, for example, this comes to 5 divided by 0.05 divided by 10. That comes to 10. So, sir, my P to E ratio comes to 10, which is my P to E ratio based on fundamental. Okay, sir, we get this. Sir, what if the KE changes by 2%, it increases by 2%, it goes to 12%. Sir, 12 minus 5 divided by 10. Sir, then how does this calculation work, sir? It would be 5 divided by 0.07 divided by 10. That comes to 7.143. That is my P to E ratio based on fundamental. Sir, what has happened here? Carefully notice. Sir, my KE has increased by 2%. And carefully notice what has happened to my P to E ratio. Sir, my P to E ratio has fallen by almost 30%. That means imagine how sensitive my P to E ratio is to the inputs that are being used to calculate that P to E ratio. Sir, K is changing by 2%, which is input to calculate my P to E ratio. And sir, my P to E ratio is changing by 30%. That means there's a massive difference. That means, sir, I have to be very, 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 very careful in order to, to estimate what my K should be, to estimate what my G should be. Because even if I get it wrong by 1%, 2%, my P to E ratio would change by a massive, massive amount. 30% as good as 30% right here. And that is what I mean by disadvantage of P to E ratio, which is based on fundamentals, because it is very sensitive to its inputs. That, the inputs, even if it changed by 1%, ultimately, sir, my P to E ratio would change by a massive amount. And that is what your price multiple based on fundamentals is. I hope you guys understood everything. Please feel free to, ask any doubts in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys in another concept. Bye bye.